All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Uh, how are you, bro? What's up?
I think I'm getting recent.
You're getting a weird,
Oh,
you're getting a weird sound.
no, no, I was also watching your stream, sir. It's my bad. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, could you tell me why you're here today?
So I'm actually at present I'm like 2.7K MMR.
Okay,
I'm working hard to climb the ladder, but I know I'm doing a lot of mistakes, which are not taking me up far. And then every two games I win, I'm losing like 4 or 5 games.
mm-hmm.
So I
Okay,
just want to know the different farming patterns, how to analyze the team's draft, how to play correctly at times.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all.
and
Mm.
do you have an idea, like personally, like have you figured it out yourself? Where do you think you're struggling?
So I think I'm struggling when my lane is pushing. So let's say at minute 3 or 4. So let's say the enemy team pulled their hard camp and then my lane was pushed under the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, So either what my teammate does was that he pulls a small camp which doubles my wave and then push the tower. I mean push the next wave and then it just goes the double waves and still the creeps will be near his tower. So I'm unable to last it properly at that times because I feel a lot of pressure playing under their tower.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm unable to maintain the lane equilibrium. So which would result me in just going to jungle at the minute mark 7 or 6,
Mm-hmm.
which would eventually give me less farm compared to what I usually play.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the proper gankings, right? So I won't be able to take the proper gankings. I mean, when I should be going into the team fights, when I shouldn't. I understood. So at times I knew that I don't have enough items to take a fight, but at times I'll be forced to fight.
Okay.
When playing with teams, the teammates will just give me no carry and then no shit, that and this. So at times I'll be forced to fight because to tell them that I'm not enough, I don't have enough strength to play in the team fights yet,
Okay.
and eventually keep losing.
Okay. So I think for this, the things
Hmm.
that you've said so far, I'm gonna watch your replay and I'm gonna see what I see. I'm gonna comment at
Okay,
the same time, what I feel like is wrong. I'm gonna ask you
okay,
a few questions just to see where your understanding is. We're gonna work on your Dota understanding more, obviously. But the
okay.
thing you talked about just now, where you
Hmm.
say that I'm not ready to fight, but I'm forced to fight. This
Yeah.
is this is overall just mental pressure. You feel like, see, Dota is a team game, right? We all know this.
Yes.
But you see, in pubs, especially in your MMR, all right?
Hmm.
And I'm going to be as straightforward as it is. It's
Okay.
absolutely bad, your bracket,
Yeah.
right?
Pretty
So
much
you,
it. Yes.
yeah. So you can, like, actually just 1v9 most of these games, right? Uh, what you got to do is you got to, like, play on your own timings. You can
Okay.
never be influenced by your own team. Because you see, per se, you're listening to a teammate of yours who's also the same
Okay.
MMR as you, right?
Okay.
And I hope this makes sense to you. So if you're listening to this guy, he's telling you, okay, we should fight, all right? And you're
Hmm.
listening to him. Do you really think you will get out of the 3K bracket following a 3K player's lead?
Not really.
Exactly. So you have to make your own decisions. You have to go for your own decision making. Obviously, sometimes your teammates will give you the right call, but even then, I would just recommend you playing on your own timings. Just completely ignore the fact that you have four teammates playing on your own
Hmm.
timings, and in a way, play in a way where you're leading them instead of being led by them. Because you're a safe laner, dude. You have to be commanding. You're the most important hero in the game, and you have to act like it and you have to play like it. Okay, this is something apart from game mechanics, but
Okay.
you can't really play Spectre in the current patch to increase MMR. It's not that good compared to other carries right now. Other carries are just
Uh,
so much faster, way faster. Like Ursa,
yeah.
Lara, Kraid King. How do you think in this scenario you should have secured the range creep?
So the only option is I thought to dagger the range creep
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't go and trade with axe,
Mm-hmm.
which I misjudged the health of the range creep and then eventually let it loose.
Okay. So see, this does 75 damage, right? At level
Yeah,
one. So
yeah.
when you're trying to secure range creeps, what you want
Mm-hmm.
to do is you want to hit them,
At
right?
least once, right?
Yeah. In this kind of scenario, what you want to do is you want to just go walk up, hit this creep, and
Uh-huh.
then use dagger. Actually, what the axe did was quite nice as well. This is a mechanic where you just aggro the creeps. But like
Yeah,
overall, what you want to do is you want to hit the creep first, and then you want to use the spectral dagger. And this,
yeah. So my understanding was that Spectre would be like less health when compared to the axe.
mm-hmm,
So if I go and try to right click the range creep,
mm-hmm.
my understanding was that the axe could just hit me a couple of times, which
That's
would
fine.
make so that would reduce my health more, and then I would be really scared to take or contest the creeps against stacks. He
Actually,
he knows that I'm coming for creeps, for the especially the range creeps. So I thought he would just right click me, see like this.
mm-hmm,
He just come on to me,
mm-hmm,
eventually pushing me out of the lane and not allowing me to hit the creeps.
mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I just thought, let me stay back and then wait till the range creep dropped to some level and then dagger it.
Mm-hmm. So the thing is, like, if you look at it once more, so
Hmm.
there's two ways that this axe could do something here. One, he has spin on him, counter helix on him, and he's only gonna potentially spin once, which is gonna do 60 damage. He's gonna right click you once, which is also gonna do like 30, 40 damage. You're gonna take 100 damage, but you have a lot of regen on you. You bought this item specifically to have more regen, and
Yes.
you can trade HP for experience. Uh, you need this level. Like I can't stress it enough how important it is to secure range creeps. It's like the important thing, the most important thing in laning stage. Every time you're going into laning stage, like every creep matters a lot, but this range creep is just insanely important, and you have to get it no matter what. Like obviously,
Okay.
not like dying for it is not worth it, but at level one,
Okay.
I can assure you that the right play here is to somehow secure this, and the best way is to right click it once and use spectral
Okay.
dagger. Actually,
Okay.
I mentioned it earlier as well. He kind of outplayed you in a way where he just aggroes the creep, and
Hmm.
like normally you were expecting the creeps to hit the range creep, and then you get the creep.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful about this as well, and that's why I told you you gotta hit and then use spectral dagger. You'll have more movement speed. You'll get back, and you know another thing about Spectre is that you can harass the enemy with the dagger,
Hmm.
which you did. Quite nice.
Okay.
So at this point, another thing you should realize is that he does not have Helix. If you notice, he didn't spin.
Yeah. Yes, he has the battle hunger.
Yep. Like at this point, there's like three creeps hitting him nonstop, and he didn't spin. So what you want to do is you want to be aggressive here. Actually, you can be super aggressive because if you look at his items, he has no armor, he has no regen items. You can ask your Jakiro to just use dual breath, and look at him. He's so
Okay.
weak. Just look at him. He's so weak. But you're playing this a bit defensively, I feel like.
Yeah. Okay. I could. Yes, I could ask my Jagiro to gank upon him. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, buying
And
tree.
then now you see. So the first aggro which I did now creeps pushes 100 to his tower. So eventually he's ganking upon me.
Yep.
This part is pretty hard to me. I don't know how. So now what my Jagiro did was he just
Yep.
pulled a small camp, and then that lane pushes twice again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like most of this, I mean, at this point, the way the game is for two reasons. One is you guys didn't pressure him when you could, and second, Spectre is just not that strong of a carry, like overall. You see,
Okay.
even though they're winning this lane, you guys just went
Mm-hmm.
aggressive on him and he dies. This is something you could have done quite earlier as well. Jakiro is like the strongest boss fight against tanky heroes like Underlord and Axe. It's very strong. So another thing, like overall, if you don't feel like you understand a certain matchup, I want you
Mm-hmm.
to test the waters. This is what I personally do as well.
Okay.
Testing the waters basically means is you kind of go aggressive on the enemy, and you see how he
Mm-hmm.
responds. Okay, you take a small trade with the enemy,
Okay.
um, and then you quickly evaluate what happened. Did I take more damage? Did he take more damage? Is he getting scared? Is he backing off? Should I back off? There's a lot of variables that happen within a second or two as you go aggressive. But you will get to know that what you have to do later on after you've tested the waters. So I feel like in this lane, if you tested the waters on this axe, you would clearly know
Mm-hmm.
he's not that strong, and you're killing him quite a lot. And I just think you could have done this way, way more, way more.
So eventually I hit PT and then level 6. So I just started. I think
Right,
it's
this
time for me
this
to jump.
uh this shouldn't ever happen, by the way, ever. In a game of Dota, when you're playing safe lane,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot do this ever. Like overall, not just in the laning stage, but overall as well. Like
Okay.
when you're, I know it's a stack, but see, it's a stack that you can farm later on as well. Maybe Axe could farm it,
Yeah.
and I know that's why you're farming this because you're thinking, oh, you're kind of getting greedy for it because Axe might farm it. But
Yeah.
if you think about it, you have a ward here, so you clearly know what the Axe is doing and what the Mirana is doing.
Yeah.
Second, just notice how this guy right now is getting dumpstered in this lane. Look at him, he's 1-2, okay, and you're 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's level
Yeah.
7, but you have an ogre right there, you have a Jakiro right
Mm-hmm.
there. So you guys are actually investing a lot of resources to secure your lane, right? And
Yeah.
if your team is investing to secure your lane and you're farming jungle, you're basically letting your team down. What you want to do is you want to be here and you want to
Okay.
be more aggressive on him. You just want to entirely zone him out. So at least one lane is winning entirely. Because keep in mind, this ogre, he's top, and well, I mean it's a timber saw bottom, so he's all right. But the main point, like the overall like Dota understanding, is that a lot of resources are being invested here, and if the axe is
Mm-hmm.
still getting a good lane, then there is something that's being done wrong, and that is this. I'm I'm 100%
Yeah.
sure you should not be here. No way.
Yes. Yes. I think I looked the timing of my rune and then I just came this way. I saw the stack and then I just took it. So eventually I ended up leaving the rune as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mistake on me. Yes.
All right, so now the way you're playing, it's all right actually, because like there's a lot of hero stop, so this is fine.
And this is fourth error. Fourth error first.
Okay. No, 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 no.
No, I got the Spectral Horn, so I thought I could go on to Oracle at the backlines.
No. Mm-hmm.
That's my plan of TPing to base and then
Mm-hmm.
coming back to lane. But
Mm-hmm.
then Axe was right there defending me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
defending Oracle.
Okay, so the thing, like as soon as you TP'd, I knew that you're gonna make this play. So see with this play, if you think about it, you're
Hmm.
forced to haunt for efficiency,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So even if the fight is not going good, mentally you're gonna
Okay.
be thinking, I have to haunt to get something done here. If you notice, this haunt is kind of forced. Like, yes, you're level 7. This Oracle can die potentially, but he didn't.
Hmm.
And you'll go back into a lane which is already being pressured. So normally the ideal situation here should be, and most carries do this right now, by the way. I think
Okay.
almost every carry in the higher brackets is doing this, and I want you to follow this as well. So as soon as you kill this axe over here, right, or just like pressure him and zone him out and force him to go back to base, and you see that the ember is top, all right.
Hmm.
So you have a lot of information here. If you
Yes.
Information number one is axe is no longer here; he cannot pressure this lane anymore. Number two,
Yeah.
Ember is top as well, so you can't get
Mm-hmm.
ganked. So when you're TPing, I want you to TP bottom, mid,
Okay.
go into the jungle, farm this maybe, farm this, because you have the chipped west and your blade mill is quite close as well. Once you have the
Mm-hmm.
blade mill, you can farm ancients. I'm pretty sure you're aware of that concept, that you farm really
Yeah.
fast with the blade. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So, uh, TPing back to base, it just puts you in a weird spot where you are forced to use your haunt. Where as a specter, what you want to do is play in a way where you're farming and you're
Mm-hmm.
just using haunt to steal kills to get like I would say like a Midas. This oracle is like a Midas to you. You hunt, you kill him, you get out. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
But if you're like using the haunt in a way to like refresh, to like go back to
Mm-hmm.
base and regen, you're putting yourself in a very pressured situation where you don't want to be ever.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just want to have a look at it again. Yeah, so this guy gets zoned out, which is good. At this point, instantly, as soon as you see the Ember in the ward, you see
Mm-hmm.
him, right? As soon as you
Yeah.
see him, I want you to TP mid. All right, there's a DP already.
GP
But
already. Yes.
remember, you're the boss one. You're the boss in this game. Wherever you
Yeah.
TP, everyone should just back off. And like that's the kind of mindset you should have in your mind. You don't want to be toxic. You don't want to be raging in the mic, hey, give me farm or something. But your
Yeah.
gameplay should be telling your team this, that hey, I'm the carry. I'm the one who's gonna carry you guys. So, get the fuck out of my face and give me farm. Right? So
Okay.
initially, TPing here would be nice. TPing bottom would be actually pretty nice as well, even though it's an Ursa and he's I think more farmed than you are. Let's have a look at the net worth. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
It is more
but
found.
you can think he's low HP, so you can get something done here. But like I said, in Dota situations are different. I just want you to understand this, that when you see a lot of pressure coming to your lane, it is not your job to uh like negate the enemy's pressure or fight back. You just want to get out and farm. Okay,
Okay.
that's what you want to understand. This game is quite specific. The next games you might play are gonna be different. Obviously, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you could TP somewhere else as well. But the idea is you don't wanna fight. You don't want to negate the pressure. That's the Timber's job. That is the Dead Prophet's job.
Yeah. I should have TP'd bot here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or after haunting, I should have gone to Arsha at this point instead of Oracle.
Yes, you could have just
Okay.
went bottom as well. As soon as you know that it's not happening.
Okay.
So um, if you notice, meanwhile you're just doing some random shenanigans, right? Wasting mana, wasting time, wasting spells. Ursa
Yeah.
is just he's not good. Like you, at some point, maybe when you lost this game, maybe you would have thought, oh, like when I'm looking at the scoreboard, he was 22 something, and you might think, oh, he played good, but he's not doing anything good. He's
Yeah.
literally just hitting creeps, like
Yes.
literally just hitting creeps. Nothing out of the box, nothing crazy, nothing extraordinary, just hitting creeps, and that's what you want to do as well.
is under attack.
So,
Radiant's
do you
middle
think what you're
tower
doing
is
right
under
now
attack.
is all right?
Structures are fortified.
Um. Pretty much, it's like I'm playing like shit. It's not all right.
Okay, what do you think you should be doing here right now? If you were to go back in time and play this game again, what would you do? What do
Maybe
you think would
pressure
be
some lane. Push
okay?
mid, come back to triangle. Push mid, come back to triangle.
Yep, that is the exact situation you should be in. Um, the thing about this play is when you're playing in the triangle, you are close to a
Mm-hmm.
lane. Now, when you are playing here in this camp, you are not close to any
Okay.
lane. You're very far away from the mid lane. You're super far away from the top lane, and you're not nowhere close to bottom lane as well. So when you're playing
Okay.
over here in the dire jungle, when you are a safe laner in dire, you like it's not necessary that you will have to go to the lane as well. But if a situation arrives where you see there's free farm coming in, the enemy is not pressuring the lane, or another thing is when you're farming here and if your teammates are slightly smart or even just slightly as good as a normal Dota player is, they will just back off because they will know that the carry wants to farm here. He's like really close, anyways. Like he's farming this camp, so he will obviously want to go bottom as well. And let me give this farm to him. But since you're already top, your team in their head is like, oh, this is a free lane. Let me farm this. But this is actually so much farm. So many waves coming in here. Ancients obviously give more gold compared to these camps. So
Yeah.
initially, you want to be playing in the triangle. So yes, that was the right answer. You should be pressuring lanes and farming the triangle right now.
Yep.
Now notice as soon as you come here, just
Mhm.
just notice how you will flourish like overall in terms
Yeah,
of
I've
levels.
I've thought about it. Yes. So as soon as I came to the camp, I thought my gold increased, but then I pushed mid, and then I went back to this lane thinking, yeah, it's not a minute yet, so the creeps will not come much. And then eventually ended up going top because wave is pushing in.
All right. So one thing we have to work on is
Yeah.
I feel like you're playing like a support. Okay. Like
Okay.
you're so pressured to help your team, whereas you're not supposed to help your team. You're supposed to carry your team, right? You're the carry.
Yes.
So if the top tower is getting pressured, guess who cares? Not you. Not at all. Never.
Okay.
If mid tower is getting pressured, guess who cares? Not you. If any tower in the game is getting pressured, you don't care. You are this greedy hero, greedy player who only wants gold, items, creeps, and levels. You want all the kills, you want all the farm on the map, you want everything until you're 6 slotted. This is your mindset when you are going into your next games as you play safe lane. Alright? And I don't want you to be a prick in your pubs. Don't get me wrong. But
Oh,
I want you to be more in a way where I want to be 6 slotted as soon as I can, if that makes
okay.
sense, right?
Yeah.
So you being here right now, it's so bad in so many ways. One, you're not farming these ancients. Meanwhile, guess
Yes.
what? Ursa is. I mean, I'm not sure if he is, but yes, he is. He's playing this side, and he's playing top side for Roche as well. So
Yeah.
he's abusing his Battle Fury a lot for the ancients. You're not abusing your Blade Mill for the ancients. And if you notice, he's 1k gold ahead of you, and that's the only reason why he's ahead of you right now is because
Hmm.
one, he had a free lane, obviously. Two, he
Yeah.
played this side more. So
Yeah. I thought I haunted, and then I didn't go in anyone. So I saw my DP going top to take a fight, or he's dying, and
mm,
that's when I realized I need to help my mid. Yeah.
mm.
So I had to TP back there to help him, and then eventually died.
Double kill. Dyer's top tower is
What do you
Yeah,
under
think?
man.
construction.
What do you think would be the right play here right now?
I should have gone mid or bot.
Tower is under attack.
I died here.
Okay, but maybe a more specific answer. What do you think would be better, going mid or bot?
Dyer's top tower is under
Just to farm.
Okay. So, the ideal play,
I'm,
which I've already, I think, stressed a lot on, but again, I want to talk about it as the game goes on. So the ideal play is for you to be here, bottom, okay? You farm this creeps, this tower,
yeah.
these camps, this camp, this camp, and then
Yes.
you use the haunt when you see walking Midases in front of you. Like I said earlier
Yeah.
on, you just want to go in for a fight to get gold, get experience, get free kills. You are not going into a fight to help your team. You don't care about this DP. If he dies 10 times, 15 times, this tower falls down, this tier 2 falls down, it is not your job, right?
Yes. I'll
So,
take a note of it.
yeah, yep. So, you want to be playing here. This
Yeah.
is where you will shine. In almost every game, completely play opposite, not just as a Spectre, but like overall as any carry. Completely
Hmm.
play opposite to what the enemies are doing, unless you are very strong and you can run at them. And obviously, you are nowhere close to running at them right now.
Yeah.
So initially, if you're here, I feel like uh you're farming this. The Ursa now if you notice, the Ursa is doing clowny moves. He's got this
Yeah.
Aegis. He wants to run at the enemy, but he's wasting time. Normally, a good player here would be farming his BKB. He would be farming these ancients. He would be pushing mid, pressuring towers, but he's wasting time. And this is what you should pick up. You should be like, okay, you know what? I'm far behind. Ursa has an Aegis. I need to catch up. He's wasting time here. I will go farm and I will be the smarter player. I don't have to fight mindlessly. I can play this smarter. And you can just push here.
Yeah.
I think if I was to
Is under attack.
like rate the game, I think you lost the game right here. Like
Yeah, right there.
yeah, like it's game over at this point. Even if you didn't die, I would say you have lost the game when you TP here. But you died and it's just now because the thing is, the Ursa made the worst move in the game. He wasted his Aegis. He's wasting
Yeah.
his time for a tier 1. He's actually doing very stupid moves. But in a way, you counter-react with even a worse move. So, even though this guy is not good, he is not good. But your play makes it look like he didn't mess up. But this Ursa right now is messing up insanely. Okay, and you
Yeah.
can read this. You can read this, and you can play it smarter.
So yeah, like I said, my understanding was that the DP was in trouble, and he's the only guy saving the game until at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if I can help him, and then he could take the game a little further, then Spectre might come online, and then I would be able to do something. But
Mm-hmm.
then from at this point of time, the game was lost. Yeah, from here it's pretty drastically lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from here I went on to take down Arsa. Whenever I get a chance, instead of farming, but
Yeah, I mean, this is completely fine. What you do here, all right, this is completely fine. One, you save the DP. Two, this is your shining area. This is your shining spot. This is where you should be playing all the time. If somebody tries to mess with it, yes, you can, try to fight. But okay, works out. Works out. Even though I still don't recommend the play that you made here, it worked out, so it's all right. In theoretical terms, it's still not good. Why? Because again, so you use the haunt to save the DP.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
because I noticed the team is in mid, and then Arsa is alone. DP is engaging him, but as we don't have, we are unable to kill him.
Right, so one thing I want you to read situations better in your next
Okay.
games. Okay, so do an evaluation for me right now. What do you think just happened, and how should you play after?
I just have to go pick off kills, go farm. And if there are any invisors, I need to make sure I have dust or my teammates have dust when we are going for a gank.
I'm talking about this certain situation where the Ursa gets zoned out. You save the DP. What
Yeah.
is your go-to after what just happened?
I should have pushed the bot lane and then go back to triangle.
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean, creeps are near, but instead I just let my Manta do the creeps and then I went back to triangle. My team took a fight mid, so I just joined mid, thinking that Arsha would not join this fight because he has low health.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he ended joining the fight and then he died. And
Yep.
then we won the game.
Okay. So, the reason why I say that this is not theoretically correct, what you're doing at mid, even
Mhm.
though you get the big kill on Ursa and the Onyx and everyone, and you win a team fight after a long time in this game, the reason why it's not theoretically correct is because you are not pushing this wave.
Yeah.
So if you're pushing this wave, you're getting this tower, and then you go into the team fight, you have a big advantage because you farmed creeps, you farmed the lane for free, and then these kills are a bonus. But if you just like walk into this area without farming any creeps and you get kills, it's not a big bonus anymore. It's just some lucky kills that you got, you know?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
as a carry, your initial mindset should be always hitting creeps. All right, A at C, always hitting creeps, always hitting creeps,
Okay.
always hitting creeps. All right, and I don't want you to be RTZ hitting creeps when your ancient is falling down, but you know you get the idea that you should
Yes.
be always hitting creeps, always, always, always. And another thing, um, that I just want it to be out there. It's not specific to this game, but it's just a tip
Mm-hmm.
that I personally throw, uh, and I've talked about this a lot overall as well. Push lanes. If you want to get out
Okay.
of a certain bracket, push lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Push lanes, push lanes, push lanes. That's it. That is it. If you want to get out of 3K MMR, I'm telling you right now, the easiest way,
Okay.
it's not crazy spellcasting, it's not crazy item build, it's not crazy laning matchups. Yes, all of that matters. But the most important thing is always pushing lanes, always hitting creeps as a carry. And the games are gonna be 10 times easier. You know why? Because per se, this lane is pushed, which it should be. It's like 30 minutes in. This tier one is like, it's literally asking you to kill it. It's literally
Yeah.
asking you to kill it, but it's not dying for some reason. So, um, you get this tier one, uh, you're farming this wave, okay, and then you join the team fight. Now, notice how much value you get out of this. Bottom lane is entirely pushed into them. So, not only do they lose a team fight, but when they respawn after this team fight, they have to push out the wave you just pushed in, which is making more space for you. While they are defending their tier 2, which is being pushed, you will get a lot of information, right? You will see that, you know, Ember TP to defend her, or Axe TP to defend her, or whatever. And then you use that information to farm much more safely on the map. Or, even better, your team makes a move because they know that Axe or Ember or Ursa, whoever defends the lane that you just pushed, is defending. And they know that if you smoke or something, uh, it's going to be a 4 versus 5 or 3 versus 5 fight. So pushing lanes, all right, overall, it just gives you a lot of value, and uh, you have to work on it. As I'm watching the game, I feel like you're not giving much value into pushing lanes, and it's definitely something you want to work on. I want you to, yeah. So the DP went bottom, and yeah, he's gonna do. I mean, which what you're supposed to do. But now watch this. I want to see if somebody defends this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Nobody
attack.
does. Nobody cares. DP. I'm actually getting so tilted right now.
Radiant's
I.
bottom tower
Why is
under
this tower
attack.
not dying? Why does literally no one on your team gives a shit about this tower? Why? Like DP comes here. He does not want to hit this tower. You don't want to hit this tower. Timber. Like at this point, the ogre should just go and kill this tower. Please, somebody kill this tower. Please. As I've watched 30 minutes of this replay, I think
Yeah.
you will potentially increase 500 to 1000 MMR if you just start pushing lanes. Pushing lanes, hitting
Okay.
towers, hitting creeps. Three things. Basic as
Okay.
hell. You don't even have to go into the advanced things in Dota right now. These three things, you work on
Okay.
them, I guarantee you, you will win more games.
The item build for this one. So usually I go Radiance on Spectre. So after Blade Mail and then Manta Radiance or Radiance Manta. But this game I decided to skip Radiance and then
I
which
think
eventually
it was the right idea because Flame Guard, they have Flame Guard, so your Radiance
yeah,
negated. They have Oracle, this thing, Fate
yeah, they
Seeker.
have our account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so not going Radiance was the right idea. Your item build is actually perfect this game. There's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with it.
Radiant structures are
Uh,
fortified.
it's just, I would say you didn't use it right though. You didn't use this Manta to push waves as much. You didn't use the Blade Mill to farm Ancients as much. You didn't stack Ancients
Yes.
for yourself or ask your supports
Yeah.
to stack for yourself. So the Blade Mill
Yeah.
is kind of useless. The Manta is also kind of useless. Even though it's the right item here, but since you didn't use it in the right way, these items, in a way, they're useless. Okay, so if you're playing carry right now,
Mm-hmm.
do you think what you're doing is alright? For the past two
No,
minutes,
no.
what do you think you should be doing right now?
I should be pushing the lanes, any lane,
Yep.
instead of sitting in base.
Yep.
I
So
have haunt, so I can just haunt back. But then, yeah,
exactly, and you're pretty tanky. You don't die. They don't have. Yeah, I mean they have catch. Yeah, they have axe. They have ember. But I will tell you this, like just overall in Dota, if you sit in base because you're far
mm,
behind, you will lose. If you're not
yeah,
taking risks, if you're not making moves, you will just lose. Because look at that goal lead,
yeah,
man. It's going up and up and up and up. DP, for some reason, is also sitting in the base. Obviously, I don't want to talk about the DP, but like overall, if you notice, like the thing that I told you in the start of this session is if you notice your teammates, they are making the same mistakes that you are. Uh,
yeah,
Nobody on your team pushed this tier one. I'm telling you
yes,
right now, even if a 4K or 5K player was playing pause 5 in this game, he would go and hit this tower because he knows that, pushing lanes is far more important and getting towers is far more important. But not a single player on your team pushed this tier 1. So this
yeah,
clearly indicates that almost everyone on the team is somewhat the same skill bracket or they have the same understanding of the game, right? So you have to
yes.
do things out of the box. You have to do things that these guys are not doing. This guy's a bot, but he's not using it at all. So what's the point of buying this for extra movement speed? Just buy a face boots then. Like yeah, so like he doesn't understand that he can just go push this lane. The cooldown is like what 40 seconds. He can be back. He's so fast he can just walk back to the base as well. But he's not pushing lanes. Um, on the other hand, the enemy, they're pushing lanes, and because they're far ahead, if they were,
Yeah,
I can assure you, if they were in your spot, they would also not be pushing the lanes. They would also be just stuck in the base or just playing really passive. So what I want you to like overall understand is that in your current bracket, people are just not that strong or they don't understand the concept of pushing lanes and how important pushing lanes is. And if you work on it, you will win more games. No doubt. Period. Straight up.
okay.
So overall, in this situation, you should not be uh, sitting in base. I would rather that you go out and die. Literally, if you were outside right now, pushing this
Mm-hmm.
wave, and you died pushing this wave, I would tell you that you still did better. But what you're doing right now is it's better that you just go AFK because like that's what you're doing right now, anyways.
Yeah, I ended up dying here. So that was happening, and then yeah, we lost.
I think that's game,
Yeah,
or is it not?
no, it's the game. DP doesn't have a buyback, and then
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Uh, I don't think your team should have a problem dealing with Oracle when you're playing Spectre. If the Oracle is
yeah,
having a free game and you're playing Spectre, you're doing something wrong for sure.
yeah,
I also noticed throughout the game when you hunt, you're going for Ursa
mhm,
kills and Ember kills and Axe kills. When your hero naturally is the biggest counter to this. Actually, most pause fives, you just hunt and you kill them like a creep. Uh,
So a couple of times I did that. Oracle just salted himself and then TP'd out of the gangs.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
that's when we won the gank, I believe.
exactly. Four things. One is testing waters in the laning stage. Okay, so
Yeah.
you test the end. First of all, I want you to be, in the later on in the stage, you want to be in a stage where you don't even have to test the waters. You know how a matchup works. Okay, you should know that am I strong here? You know,
Mm-hmm.
if are we stronger? Are they stronger? Should I play defensive? Should I play passive? But if you don't, if you don't know this, you want to test the waters. You want to just trade a bit and see what happens. And if the trade is going good, keep pursuing it. Keep pursuing it. And if it goes bad, then play a bit defensive. Try again, so on and so forth. Okay?
Okay.
So that's the first thing you want to work on. The second thing, I want you to work on your lane pushing concept. Pushing
Okay.
lanes, pressuring towers, pressuring map, and while you do this, I want you to use the information you get. You just don't want to
Okay.
mindlessly push lanes. You want to
Mm-hmm.
as you push these lanes, I want you to look at the tower's HP. I want you to look at the enemies. I want you to look at who's defending. I also want you to understand that, okay, which spells are being used,
Mm-hmm.
what is happening. Just be a bit more active mentally on the map.
Okay.
And the third thing, okay, is it's actually more of a Spectre thing, not just like a carry player thing. It's a Spectre thing. Uh, that you should never ever walk into a team fight as a Spectre. And the fourth is playing like a carry, you know, acting like a carry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in this game you played like a support. If I'm being honest. Um,
Yeah.
you weren't there. You weren't farming as fast. You weren't taking the lanes. You weren't farming. You were defending. You were pressured a lot. You're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. You're just playing around your team when it should be the other way. The team should be playing around you. You're the carry. You're the one who's here to carry the game, not the other way around.
Okay. No, I took the notes of all of them. Put
Mm-hmm.
the sticky notes behind my computer. I'll
Okay.
be working on them.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, then I'll
Thanks
be.
for the session.
No worries, man. I always like helping other Dota players out, getting at a better rank.
Yep. Thanks a lot. So I'll be working on this for like a week or so, and then after the next week, let's have another one to see my understanding if we can do better.
Okay, sure.